Yes. Now, this offer is only valid from December 28th of 2010. Yeah. Until March 31st of 2011. See, last night, yes, was the first night that I was unable to put the videos on the YouTube channels. Yeah. And I noticed, yeah, that somebody had hacked the computers. Now, I realize the librarians, they don't know. Yes. But when you do this every day, yes, where I'm not able to email local law enforcement, I think somebody violated their contractual obligations. What did I not see? This idea that you're going to tell library patrons who they can email and who they can't email. Yes. Where you're going to get paid, solicited, to eject people from the library. Yes. And if I don't go right now, you're going to call the police department and say that I'm violent. Yes. I'm a domestic abuser. I'm a child abuser. Pooh. But I'm not. Now, we seem to be having some difficulty with the idea of binding contractual obligations. Yes. See, I wasn't in Sequim, Washington on December 31st of 2015. Yeah, yeah. But you wouldn't admit the evidence that I was on the bus that morning and that I was in the library on New Year's Eve of 2015. Yes. And then I wasn't in Brennan, Washington on June 16th of 2017. Yeah. But you wouldn't admit the evidence that I was sitting in front of the Masonic Temple on that day. Yes. I was at the Senior Center Computer Lab that Friday afternoon. Yes. And I was house sitting. And then you wouldn't admit the evidence that it's not cyber stalking. Yes. When I email law enforcement, yes, that my rights are being violated. Pooh. And then I give you the evidence that somebody falsified my driver's license. Yes. And you have no binding contractual obligation. Now, these contractual obligations of the library, yes, to make sure that nobody hacks the computers and you're not obstructed from doing what's lawful. Yes. The binding contractual obligations of the rental assistance to make sure the landlord is paid at the first of the month. Because I think she budgets for that money and she expects $400 at the first of each and every month. Because I filled out all those documents and I put my signature on them. Then there's the background check that you did. Yes, without my authority, yes, you can't do a background check. Now let's call the state patrol in each and every state of the United States. And let's run through all the background checks of all of those, yes, that have been participating in any of the guaranteed rights of American citizens. And then there's that idea of the sleep apnea. Yes, well, I still have it. Yes, he does. I still have the broken teeth, and I still. Well, listen, still. Pooh. This idea of torturing American citizens because the judges don't have a contractual obligation to not use forgeries when issuing court orders. Yes. The police don't have a contractual obligation to enforce the laws of this city. Yes. The sheriff doesn't have a contractual obligation to enforce the laws of the county. Yes. And then there's the state of Washington has no binding contractual obligation to arrest and prosecute those that they do know have involved themselves in fraud. Yes. Now, yesterday, I was explaining the Inchoate offense. Yes, he was. Where there's attempt, as in, we are going to attempt for the last, 2 years, yes, to obstruct Paul's posting of YouTube videos. Yes, we are. And you went through every hacker that you could find to find out how you could, right now. But yesterday you were successful. The first day in 2 years of me going to the library. Yes, it's almost 2 years when we look at it. Hmm hmm Now, since you decided to violate the contractual obligation of me specifically asking the librarian, and I do know who she is, yes, well, is it okay if I do this? I would say that you went over the line, and now, I'm going to sue the library, yes, for any knowledge.